Joe and Eileen Bailey. You ever heard of them? Well, maybe this will ring a bell.
Joe and Eileen Bailey, this middle-class couple, they bought into Reagan Republicanism in 1980. Joe and Eileen are worried about losing their jobs or their friends' jobs. That Baileys really don't believe in trickle-down. He's an insurance adjuster and lives in the New York suburbs. By New York standards, he makes $50,000 a year. If he lived in the middle of the country, he'd make 40. Wife works in a medical office. She makes about 20. She might make 15 elsewhere. And, you know, I have guided my political life through the Baileys.
Okay, that's Senator Schumer talking a lot about the Baileys. The problem? They're not real. John Oliver was all over this with an epic roast of Schumer and his imaginary friends.
He invented them. Schumer first introduced the world to the Baileys in his 2007 book, Positively American, Winning Back the Middle-Class Majority, One Family at a Time. In it, he mentions the Baileys an astonishing 265 times in 264 pages. And to be fair, Schumer acknowledges that some may find this a little weird.
One of my staffers once said I had imaginary friends to the press. Got me in some trouble. But these people are real, and I respect them, and I really love them, and I care about them.
OK, sure, but they're literally not real, Chuck.
All right, joining me now are real people who do a real podcast. They are real friends. It's Ruthless Guys, Josh Holmes, Comfortably Smug, John Ashbrook, and Michael Duncan. We should note that apparently Schumer has created an entire detailed backstory about the Baileys, including their favorite foods. How is this not a career ender, Holmes?
Well, I mean, look, you're talking about a guy who probably hasn't touched grass since the Carter administration, right? You can count the number of normal interactions he's had with everyday humans like you can count Cowboy playoff wins over the last 30 years. Sorry, Will. But, like, look, if he's not going to interact with anybody normal, surely he has to make them up in his head. And I think that's where we've got here.
Yes, but he has imaginary friends, fellas. Smug, Duncan, Ashbrook. He has imaginary friends that he's held for 40 years. And by the way, what's the bigger surprise? That he has imaginary friends? Or this was exposed by John Oliver?
I mean, that's the thing is I think the fact that John Oliver is the one leading the attack tells you a lot. The grassroots of that party is ready to bolt. It's a party of Mamdani, not a party of Schumer. He's doing whatever he can to claw and hold on to keep these people. I mean, right now, Democrat voters are going to bolt from Schumer faster than Micah Parsons is going to bolt from the Cowboys. This is a tough situation he finds himself.
I see what's going on here. I see what's going on here. Okay. Duncan, Ashbrook, go ahead. Get him out.
Well, I mean, look, he took my Micah Parsons line, but I think it's offensive. You won't pay the guy. I mean, he's been, what, your #1 rusher on the edge, and you're just not going to pay him? I think that's incredible. Will, what do you say for yourself?
Huge mistake.
I say that Micah Parsons has a job on Long Island. He's been a middle-class voter, voting center-right. Donald Trump has the last 5 of the last 6 elections. And they're real people. He's a real pass rusher, Duncan. He's a real Dallas Cowboy.
It's going to be as present as Dak Prescott in Week 9 of the NFL season.
Okay, Ashbrook, speaking of another New Yorker, how about Zohran Mamdani? Okay, he's a man of the people, right? This guy, he's a socialist. He's a communist. He's a democratic socialist. So he would never, ever consider himself elite or above the people. And yet there's this, not just this cover of Time Magazine. Ashbrook, take a look at this picture of Zohran Mamdani giving a speech where, granted, I hear it's very hot in New York City, but who's that? Oh, he's got a friend. This one's not imaginary. It's real. Holding up a little handheld fan to his face the entire time he speaks.
Yeah. I will tell you, Will, that Time Magazine cover, that's the last time anybody's going to see it because it's not going to be on the coffee table at any Jiffy Lube anytime soon. But the thing about Mamdani that just strikes me is that when you grow up in Uganda, you have this conception about what the kings of your universe are accustomed to, and he thinks that people are going to wave palm fronds on him to try to like keep him cool. That's not the way people think about politicians in America. People do not love politicians in America. So I mean, maybe he's got this great moment with a bunch of the leftists in New York, but it won't last long.
It's sort of like calling a team America's team when really it's just in sort of one little locality.
Oh my God. That's the metaphor for the handheld fan. Okay. Let's do this. You guys are getting big time. You guys came here with your jokes. Your show is skyrocketing. Everybody should check out Ruthless. But now I'm going to pitch against one another. Who's the biggest diva? Which one of you would have the assistant hold the handheld fan? And if you don't say the guy next to you, he's going to say you.
Yeah, Smug, 100%.
I mean,
You have to know your worth.
You think was there any question about this?
You have to know your worth. I'm worth it.
Will, I gotta tell you, when we started hosting live events, there was only one person who considered a writer about M&Ms, and it was comfortably Smug.
Peanut only.
Ashbrook, does your hand get tired? Does your shoulder get tired holding the fan for him, Ashbrook?
You know what? It does. It does. And someday he's not going to have that fan there anymore.
I might go solo, but Ashbrook will keep this going for the time being.
Oh, wow. There's the threats of going solo. This thing barely got off the ground, and already we're talking about solo acts. All right, fellas. Don't worry. The three of you can ask Chuck Schumer who your imaginary new co-host will be. Just welcome him in.
There you go.
Hey, it's Will Cain. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Cain podcast for full episodes right now.